Hello, hello. Gregopedia, you want to say hello?
Hello and goodbye.
Did you find your sweatshirt or?
No, I did not.
Oh,
Got a sweatshirt.
a sweatshirt.
Not these ones.
Gregopedia has the case of the missing sweatshirt.
It goes missing every year.
No, it doesn't. We just found it.
Yeah, because it went missing for like a year and a half.
But we just found it and you lost it again.
I didn't lose it.
But I didn't wear it. I didn't wear it. Hello, everyone. Let me get over to the comments. Let me see. Hi, Gemma. Oh, right on. Deborah's here. TD is here. My favorite wrench. Roxy's here. Hello, Prima. How is everybody doing tonight? So, what do I have up there? Which banner did I put up? Oh, good. Okay, Tarot Live. All right. So, lots to discuss. First thing I want to do, hi, Amanda. Amanda, I saw your post on Facebook today. The outfit you have on in that picture is gorgeous and you look beautiful and I love it. I wish I looked like that every day. I look like a train wreck some days. I've got one of my little boobies is not feeling well today. So we're just kind of scrambling along. Gemma is officially self-employed. My children think that I'm self-employed now, but they think it's unemployed. So just be warned. Sometimes people will think self-employed means unemployed. So terrible. So congratulations, Gemma. That is fantastic. Everybody's going to wish Gemma the best of luck with that. I do want to share something with you guys. So this is my Vedic astrologer, Thor Sandalwood. And we are going to do a collab, but he does Vedic astrology. So it's Eastern astrology. Is not like the Western astrology that we do. It's similar, but different. Very, very cool. He's my personal astrologer, so I love him, and he's super cool. He is running a special during October, so he's got a discount code on the website, but you can catch all that through this video that he did. He does like the chart for the whole thing that's going on with Israel. Really, really cool. He's got a bunch of cool stuff. He did it. Right before we logged in, I was looking at the Harry and Meghan one that he did 2 weeks ago. It's pretty cool when we look at the Vedic astrology side of things. So definitely check him out if you're not subscribed. Oh, Prima, you love him too. I know, he's really nice. I really love him. We're trying to put it together to do a collab because I really want to do a collab with him. I think he's super, super cool. So let's talk about what's going on in the world. Let me get back to a homepage on news. So, oh, this is fun. So I was partially demonetized on one of my lives. I'm not sure why. I'm asking them why, but they took the monetization off one of these lives. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but it was very surprising. I didn't think that I did anything out of the ordinary. So I was really surprised. So I didn't think I said lizard people or anything like that. So go figure. My hair is a wreck today. So let's get started. Let's talk about some stuff that's going on. I'm still going to stay off any subject matter in the whole Israel conundrum. I'm going to stay off that because I just think that that is going to be subject matter that we need to discuss in a different forum. So I do have a theory, and this is partially based on oh no, you know what, Roxy, I don't think they go through the comments and make determinations on that. I think it was something that I said. So I don't know if I cursed. I don't know. So I'm going to be really careful not to curse tonight. I mean, sometimes I say, sometimes they slip out. I'm from New Jersey. It's our native language. This is how we talk. So I don't know. But yes, Jen, you can ask questions because otherwise I just go into some pop culture stuff. So yeah, if you have a question, you guys know the drill. You can ask pop culture questions. I'll answer those. If you want personal reading, I'll answer those and request donations for any personal readings. But yeah, Jen, hit it. Hit it, baby. Show me what you got. And I've got this delicious tangerine tea. I'm going to pull up the card view. Just waiting for Jen. Putting all the pressure on Jen for typing. We're going to swing this way a little. Swing low, sweet chariot. All right. Well, while we're waiting for Jen to type in that question, no worry. Oh, actually, I'll pull some cards for Miss Gemma. Miss Gemma. So I got the Grimalkin deck. I got my Curious Creatures deck. Oh. So Gemma, what do you need to know to be as successful as possible self-employed? What do you need to know? So here's the thing, you can't do everything. You can't be the chief and the Indians and the cook and the sous chef and the dishwasher and the waitress. You can't be everything. So what you're going to need to learn to do is outsource the things that need to be outsourced and to employ people in good positions that are able to work with your vision. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of cooperative work in your work together. So, you will have different people coming in and contributing different ideas. Work with them on that. Remember that it's going to be a work in progress. You're all moving together toward the same goal. So hopefully it's going to be the same goal. And that's really what you need to know. So how well will all of this work? Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is a tough card because it is a bit of anxiety. But this is going to be anxiety from hard work. So what do we do to counter that? What do we do to counter the anxiety from the pressure of doing a lot of work, having a lot of things coming at you at once? So it's like the game Asteroids, like you're going to have a lot of stuff shooting at you. So what do we do to combat that workload? So you are going to need a swim buddy. All right. What do we mean by a swim buddy? So this business of trying to do it all on your own is really, really important for you to know, because this is where swim buddies come in. You need somebody who, I don't know if you're going to be writing up anything, but I'm going to tell you that I love using AI for my newsletter, using it for the descriptions on my videos. It's really cool. ChatGPT, it's free. You go on, you just kind of put what you want to do in there. The trick is, and we can talk about this privately if you want, Gemma, the trick is you have to be really specific in your question. So what I do is I write my copy and then I put in to ChatGPT, edit copy for content and clarity, including 4 hashtags, 4 trending hashtags on the subject matter of, I don't know, Harry and Meghan, just for our purposes. and their World Health Organization summit. Oh, kitty deck, meow meow, Shelly. So how you put the word, how you put the wording in, and then you put the copy in there, and then you hit play, and it boom 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 does it. It puts in icons. It's really really cool. I was very resistant to you because I'm a writer. I was very resistant to using AI, and now I'm like, oh, AI is my best friend. I love it. It's like the greatest thing ever. So, this, you're going to have to bring in some other resources, and that's okay. You have a really tremendous community. So, you can tap into your community. I guarantee you there's, if you need, I don't know, somebody to develop an app. I'm sure there's some, app developer that's in your community on YouTube or within the community that you're going to be immersing yourself in. So so that's it. So if I was going to give you a warning about anything, just slow and steady is the pace. You want to go nice and slow. You're learning on the job basically how to do this, but outsource as much as you can. Make sure that you always tap into resources to take that pressure off you. So that's really the long and short of it. But you're going to do great, honey bunny. Make sure that this is not psychically speaking. This is me speaking as a mom and as a a small business owner. Make sure that you make time to take off. So one of the things with me, I when I had I for those of you that are new, I train security dogs and companion pets, and that was a job that was an 80-hour-a-week job because I did have commercial kennel space that I rented and also kennel space at my own home. So it was a full-time job. I did it before I had kids. I did it up until I was like 4 months pregnant with my second child. So it was a full-time job. But one of the nice things was because it was my own business, I could work my butt off. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Somehow my mic went off. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me? I'm going to make sure you guys can hear me. Tommy, can you hear me? Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. You can hear. I don't know what happened. It just said all of a sudden my mic was out. So I didn't have to make time to be off. But when I started this business, I was still working my corporate job. I was doing this on the weekends. I was working my corporate job during the week. I was doing private readings in the evenings. I didn't have any time off. So the sad thing is, like, right now, I don't even know what it's like to have time off. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I chilled out on the couch the other day and I was like, this is so weird. Like, I can't relax. It's very strange. But so make time to be off. So here we go. I am adding on to my question. Wait, I don't think I saw the first part of it, Jen. Personal question. Okay. I'm adding on to my question that program can help me get closer to helping children psychologically as I'm going back to school. Okay. I'm not sure I entirely understand that question. Let me ask you this, like, hands up. Does anybody want to come on? I can actually bring you guys on. I could actually do like a real live reading live. And it could be like both of us talking. So Jen, do you want to do that? You guys don't have to show your face. You can just leave an icon up. You don't have to have your camera on. Let's put it that way. There's some feedback from my mic. Let's see what's going on here. Ah, all right. Hold on 1 second, boys and girls. I have to mute for a second. Check. 1 2 1 2. Can you guys hear me? Check, check, check. Yeah, I don't know why my mic skipped over to one of the cameras, which is super annoying. Okay, there we go. All right. So okay, so here's the thing. Are you looking for a program? All right, well, let's see what we get. Sloppy shuffle. I haven't done this in a while. Oh, sloppy shuffle. I love that sloppy shuffle. All right, so sound is good. All right, thanks. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right, so what we have, this is a stark warning to hang on to your money. Hey, I'm still. Oh, you're still. You just had teeth pulled today. That's awful, and you're on here. Oh, all right. So hang on to your hat. So this is a stark warning to hang on to your money for now. Okay, you. Oh, I'm sorry, Deborah. So I forgot your dog hates that. I won't do that. Hi, Em. Good morning. So, Jen, this is, the Three of Wands. What you need is not out there. It's not available yet. All right. So, in terms of doing additional schooling for right now, hang on to your hat because this says hang on to your money. This one says hang on to your money. And this one says work on the skills that you have already in place. So if that means whatever education that you have, going back to the drawing board and kind of re-examining that, maybe studying different things that you've already gone through a course on, that is what this says to do. This says not to overload yourself and to go back to that drawing board and just kind of, one of the things that I do, and this is, because I have anxiety, because when you have anxiety, if you when you feel anxious, if you read a book that you've already read before and you know the ending and you really enjoy it, it's a comfort. We do the same thing with movies, watching the same movies over and over again. We don't want to know, we're just watching it because Bill Murray was really funny in Ghostbusters, or, the Stephen King story, like, just really was written well. Carrie's written very well, despite being one of his first novels. But, going back and reading things over again or watching movies over again, we see different things, we notice different things. So with novels, we may recognize that really amazing passage in The Hobbit where they're having dinner with all the dwarves, and we recognize the different things that he was making for them, and you go, oh, that's kind of cool, like maybe I'll have a dinner party, so you get this opportunity to kind of go back and kind of relive it with a different lens sometimes. I'll be honest, VC Andrews now reading Flowers in the Attic versus when I was, a youngster with no kids, really different perspective. When I was looking at it when I was younger, I was reading it from the children's perspective and like, oh my God, it would really suck to be locked up in that closet, or in the attic. And then when you read it as an adult, you look at the mother's perspective. When you have children, you start to look at it with her perspective, and you're kind of horrified at how she was doing that. But then you kind of go, oh, she was trying to do it so she would get the inheritance. But nonetheless, if you haven't read the Flowers in the Attic series, I apologize. I digress. But this is an opportunity for you to go back and to kind of re-examine the education that you've already had. Programs are looking in doing side hustles, marketing for companies. Let's see if that would work. Programs. So not programs like educational programs. Okay. All right. So that's what I was looking at. So I apologize. So let's see. Working in side hustles. Side hustles. Because this is definitely reading as like you're not spending money right now. Don't spend any money right now. 9 of Cups. It's not something that you would love. It's something you can do. Again, it's not something you would love. This isn't so, and it would kind of leave you feeling empty. Does it? 6 of Wands. You would be good at it. The 2 of Wands. Let me look at this 2 of Wands here. So, I'm not seeing that it's going to be lucrative. I'm not seeing that it's going to be knowledge lucrative. I don't see that you're going to get a whole lot of benefit out of it. If there's any benefit out of this, I think it's going to show you what you don't want to do. So which is interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like showing my whole empire here. Definitely going to show you what you don't want to do. So I don't know if that helps. I don't know if that helps. It feels like the hook to get people in on this is not really they're not really telling you the whole story. You're not getting the whole story there. It's like this is just oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It almost feels like a pyramid scheme. Like it's not a pyramid scheme, but it feels like the pitch to get you in there is kind of pyramidy. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to be changing the world, come on in and do this. And then all of a sudden you're, doing something else. You're like telemarketing. It kind of feels like that. It feels like possibly like cold calling kind of thing. So I don't know if that helps you, Jen, but I hope you feel better with your mouth. I am not a fan of dental work. Oh, Roxy said the same thing. Yeah, it's like kind of MLM. Feels kind of MLM-y. So and that's something that kind of happens to all of us. Like we all kind of fall into that. Like you look for a summer job or a part-time job, and you get there, and it's like the worst possible thing ever. One of my friends, when I was like 14 or 15, told me they had this great job that we could do. It was on Saturdays and it was like fantastic. It was going to be this great job. Let's go do this. And dragged me to this thing. We had to be there at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And it was in an office building. And we were taking inventory in this office. And it was like counting books, counting chairs, counting pens. This was a long time ago, and I don't know whose idea this was, but it was the worst thing. They had no air conditioning on. It was hot as blazes, and it was like the worst thing ever. So that being said, what are we going to read on? Oh my goodness. Hey, Jay Marcus, how are you? So this was who's the billionaire? Billionaire passed away, all this craziness. Oh boy, Alicia Keys. Sick ode to Hamas terror attacks. Terrible. So let's do this. Lots of people. Hi, who's this silly goose? Oh, so, silly goose, isn't the actor strike over? I thought they resolved everything. Whoop. Oh yeah. Oh, so it's still going on, huh? Oh, that's a shame. Let me pull this up. Actor strike drags on. I'll give you guys a link if you. Whoop. This site has coupons. I don't want a coupon. Paste. There you go. We've got an article there. So, and you know what? I do agree with this. Like a lot of people are like, oh, they're being greedy. I don't think this is a matter of greed. I think it's a matter of, getting paid. Especially if you were getting paid a certain way, you want to get paid that continuously that way. SAG-AFTRA leaders have proposed a plan that would see each streaming platform pay 57 cents per subscriber per year, 500 million annually across all platforms. Which honestly is not that much money to a jointly administered fund that would then dole out the money to actors whose projects appear on platform. I am having a hard time talking tonight. Hello, Celtic Rune. Projects that appear on platforms based on the popularity of the show. So trustees of the fund would reportedly be in charge of deciding how the residual payments are paid out among the cast of each show, and trustees would use viewership data, which studios agreed to confidentially give the Writers Guild of America union in a deal that ended in a separate 148-day writer strike last month to determine popularity. Studios, however, are offering a bonus pay structure based on the success of the project, suggesting extra pay totaling about $20 to $30 million a year, very different from that 500, to those who worked on the most watched shows. The Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producer Coalition of Hollywood Studios told Forbes. The AMPTP told Forbes the union asked of per subscriber payment came in the form of an ultimatum demanding the studios agree to the per subscriber fee or the strike would continue. In addition to streaming residuals, the two sides are at odds over limiting the use of artificial intelligence in Hollywood productions, wage increases, and extended healthcare coverage. Representatives of the SAG-AFTRA did not respond to Forbes' request for comment on Tuesday, which is today. So I thought it was resolved. I thought they were almost and protection money from okay. Yes, silly goose. I don't think that it's greed either. I think they need to be paid. So just a little bit of an aside here. Once upon a time, there was a movie. I get up here. Once upon a time, there was a movie, Back to the Future 2, and they actually could not get Crispin Glover to work on the movie. I can't remember what the details were of that, but what they did was they hired an actor that looked like him, and they hung him upside down. He like kind of came down out of the ceiling. He was supposed to be in traction or something like that. And that caused a whole crazy lawsuit. You can actually see that online with him. He actually sued them for using his likeness. Now, AI presents a very interesting perspective because when we have actors that have gone beyond, have passed away, they can start to use their identities. Now, Bruce Willis, who unfortunately, it's my understanding that he is no longer verbal with the dementia that he's having, with the neurological issues he's having, he had sold his likeness at the beginning of the dementia, I think when he was still lucid, they had sold his likeness for use later. Is that a good thing? For us, for me, the consumer, I love Bruce Willis. He was like a big crush for me when he was doing the Die Hard movies. I love him. So, yes, am I going to be stoked to see Bruce Willis in other movies later on? Yeah, be really cool. I'd like to see, Vincent Price in other movies posthumously. But is it really them? No. Is it like a weird hollow effect? Yeah, it's kind of weird. But so let's see. I just want to look again if we're going to get any movement on this, the proposed plan from SAG-AFTRA that would see streaming platforms paying the 50 cents per subscriber per year. Okay, let's see if we're going to get any movement on that. If that's going to be like our best case scenario for this. Good question, silly goose. Thank you for giving me a good question. 8 of Cups. Everybody's got their heels dug in. The Emperor. Who is got? No, they're not going to want to move on this. So, okay, the negotiations are going to grind to a lovely screaming halt on this one. They don't want to move forward, and this is the thing. It's going to be a lot of intuitive reading here. So they don't want to move forward because this is an employer-employee situation. If they give an inch, they're going to have to give an inch next time. They're going to set a precedent. That's what they're worried about. The Emperor, the powers that be, are worried that we're going to set a precedent here and that this is going to be a negotiation for the ages. We're going to see further negotiations for, I don't know, cartoons, voiceover, like it's going to extend, not that it doesn't extend now into those realms with in terms of residuals, but it's going to bleed into all kinds of other conversations and arguments and wage disputes. That's what they're worried about. That's why they don't want to give on this. And they're saying in the future, we can't agree to this precedent, this possible precedent, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future with AI, with digital actors. Like literally they could make a movie with all digital actors, characters, and they could create, like years ago, I think it was in the 90s, they created that internet actress, and it was like, ooh, look at that, they created an internet actress. It's so cool. That is a real fear here, because now if we create like an AI actress, then we get into this whole situation where we have the creator, we have the person who programs her, we have the person who does the voices. If they don't use an AI voice, they've got a lot of players in the mix here, and a lot of disbursement. So say we use an AI actress. Okay, they create this AI actress. Let's call her Madam X, just for our purposes. What winds up happening is they are going to have to pay residuals to all of the players that contribute to that. So say we have an actress and like there's a little tree and there's like 4 or 5 people that work in the construction of that actress, and that actress is in a movie with another AI actor who has like 4 or 5 people in the construction of his personality, his persona or personality. They're going to wind up paying that 57 cents, or well, it's 57 cents per subscriber, but they're going to have to pay out to all of those people. So it's not going to get watered down. We're going to have, like, if we have a top AI actor, we're going to have all these people with their hands in the pie trying to get paid out on it. So that's what they're afraid of. They don't know what the future is going to hold. So Jar Jar Binks going to get a bunch of people who get paid from that. So they're putting a stop to this 100%, because they just can't see into the future, and they don't want to give out. They just are not being the Six of Pentacles. This is generosity. This is handing out. I'm going to say it. Like, I think that the actors are getting a bum deal here. I think they are. Streaming platforms are making a ton of money. Like, it's editorial there. They're making a ton of money, and they are saturated with so much programming, so many different things that, like, we have, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 streaming platforms at our house. Like, we have Hulu, we have Max, we have we have everything. Amazon. There's so much stuff on there that I never know what to watch, and I keep going back to the same movies that I've watched time and time again. Or Venture Brothers. I'm watching Venture Brothers, but this is the problem, is that the actors are looking at the streaming giants. I'm going to call them streaming giants. They're looking at the streaming giants. They're making a ton of money. We see their numbers, we see their revenue. They've got to break a piece of that off, and they just don't want to. Is it fair? Absolutely not. Do we have a situation where no one is willing to come to the table with compromise? Absolutely. I think that's really what the issue is at hand here, is that no one is willing to compromise. So what was our other option? The other option was, let me just scroll down here. The other option was a bonus pay structure based on the success of projects, suggesting extra pay, $20 to $30 million a year. So this would be based on the success of the projects. They would have a structure where they would give extra pay. So if you have a great program, Game of Thrones, you have Game of Thrones on your roster, you're going to get more money, and then they would determine internally which actors would get more of that. I guess this would, let me just sloppy shuffle all over the place. Debbie, I'm not doing that for your dog. So, is that a more suitable, like a merit-based bonus structure? Let's call it that. I'm not looking at the comments, guys. I'm going to pull them up in a second. The merit-based bonus structure is really what would probably be the better negotiating. This is the merit-based one, is where we're going to get a little bit closer to I'm just going to scroll down. I'm scrolling down. I just want to hear. So as there's a media blackout for both sides, but the studio side ignores it. Okay. There was another walkout after the studio wants writers to pay protection money as one of the negotiations. So with Bruce, he sold. Yes, he did sell his likeness and probably got a ton of money and was in control of the sale. Other actors won't get that. And I agree. Yeah. They'll just get a day's work and no longer own their likeness or voice. Absolutely. Yeah. It, it definitely should be something that you have control over. They shouldn't be able to reproduce you. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's just like, trolling. You create another profile that says you're, Anna Miller, tarot extraordinaire. Didn't they watch it? It's Skynet. Skynet went live. So yeah, so I think that the merit-based one is going to be a better negotiating point to start at. I think that's going to be much better in terms of workability, because that the option A was the numbers are just too big and they just don't want to break off that much money. to the actors and the studios and that kind of thing. Is option B going to be the end all? I think we wind up here with a lot of people not happy. I think it's the more workable side of it. I think having that merit base, but I think what we're going to see, the fallout we see from that after, is we see a lot of infighting. And this is, probably a little bit clever on the streaming giants, because they're taking the fight away from them, because now producers, they'll have the actors that are fighting, well, I want a little bit more, Jennifer Aniston got this much, and Joey Bag of Donuts didn't. Yeah, nobody's going to be happy about this. I do think this is going to make some changes in Hollywood. I think we're going to see, definitely some things are going to change. And it's Hollywood is a little bit of a hot mess right now. There's just not a lot of people that are on the same page. And this is something that I've been looking at psychically. There's just not a lot of people that are on the same page, and the people that were on the same page are no longer on the same page. It's very, very strange. There's a lot of things going on. There are studios that are still trying to run things the old way. And I don't mean like the old Marilyn Monroe way, where like they handle everything, and just kind of leave the stars out on in the wind. But I think they just pay those people their wages below the crew line, don't get residuals. Okay. The line crew. I can't even read. But yeah, I think Hollywood's a hot mess right now. So we can keep an eye on this. We can keep looking at it. Hello, Beverly dear. So yeah, I don't even know who that Henry Cavill is. I know everyone is like, ooh, and I've never watched the Witcher, even though people tell me to all the time. So I'm just scrolling through. I think that bonus is for when the show does well, but right. No. I agree. I do think the streamers will be able to hide that number, and it'll be a loophole not to pay actors. Absolutely. It's shady. The shareholders are starting banging tables to get real streaming numbers. So let's take a look at that. Will they be forced to produce the actual streaming numbers? Will we ever get those actual streaming numbers? No. That Six of Pentacles in reverse. No, they're not going to say it. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. They're going to hide those numbers. We're not going to see them. The High Priestess. Lots of things are hidden. 7 of Cups. They're going to be playing the shell game. The shell game with it. Well, they only clicked onto the episode, the 48-minute episode, for 47 minutes. So it's not really a whole watch. Like that's the kind of thing that we'll see. So that's unfortunate. Eventually this will all come crashing down, because what happens? I mean, they're going to dig their heels in. They're going to keep it very quiet. They're going to keep the lawyers on it with this 5 of Swords. High Priestess, as things are hidden. Things will come out eventually, but they're going to play the shell game so that we can't see where everything is. And then the Tower comes crashing. I came in like a wrecking ball. So, yeah, I think eventually, it's just going to disrupt the whole streaming thing. I mean, honestly, like in the comments, guys, like I don't even go to the movies anymore. I hate going to the movies. I would so much rather watch a movie at home. They really have me by the remote control, because I just TV's welcoming everyone. Oh, so wait. Okay. Beverly, you were a stage manager? Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. Super fun. Here in the UK, and our union was talking about its concerns about this many years ago. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree. Kind of agree with that. When I was in LA, I tried to get a job in the studio, and it was like, you should pay us to work here. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. Part of the problem is that the studios are the producers and the distributors, and it clogs their profitability. Yeah, it's an arms race with the streamers that is over the contraction is coming. He looks like Superman if Superman was real. Let me tell you about the time my mother was on a plane and she was bringing her little wheelie. This is years ago. Bringing her wheelie luggage down, and she bumped into someone, and she looked up and she said, "He just looked down at me," and it was Superman. It was Christopher Reeve, and she said he was so good looking that she was speechless. She said he was absolutely gorgeous and so nice. And she said his hands were really soft, and my father was dying. He was just like, I can't compete with that. My parents met a whole bunch of celebrities on airplanes. They're pretty funny. They're like celebrity magnets. They were they were stuck on the tarmac with Bernie Carrick at one point, and they actually got off the plane because they were de-icing it. And then they were on another flight, and they sat next to Jackie Mason, who did like a shtick the whole way down. And he totally pegged my dad. He was like, "You are a manufacturer." My father was like, "I am." And then he was saying about my mom being a shiksa. So it was very cute. My parents have fun stories. They've done all kinds of cool stuff. The whole business side has been shady for a long time. Absolutely. I never felt right when I was in LA. I never felt right there. I just didn't assimilate there. It just wasn't my thing. Yeah, TV. I just have, but we went to go see a movie. I think it was like one of the Lego movies with some friends of ours, and it was just, the seats were ripped. I mean, they were big seats, but I was like, this is really stinky. Silly goose, it was. You saw David Bowie and Iman. I am beyond jealous right now. Shelly, are you seeing this? Shelly Creepshow is a huge David Bowie fan. In fact, she bought some Ziggy Stardust sneakers that didn't fit her, and I got them because they were too small for her, but they were not too small for me. And I get compliments on him all the time. So, he was handsome. Oh, he was handsome. Whoa, Amina. Really? I've been in the car all day long. I had the cable guy outside my house today, and I left the house like 4 times and came back. And I saw him like kind of looking at me, and I was like, dude, I'm not an Uber driver. I'm so sorry. Like, I know you're trying to work. He was like, no, I see you. You got a different kid in the car every time you leave. I was like, all right. So wow. All right. Is this the right deck for Britney? Yeah, we're gonna use this one. Okay. Wow. Oh my God. So was that true? We got to jump out. Yeah, it was. Oh, Brittany. All right. Did her parents make her do that? Yeah. They said it was going to be for the best, and it would set her up. So I don't know if you can see this. We've got the tower in reverse. It was a mistake. Six of Pentacles. This is going to be the best thing for you, for everybody that's involved. And the 10 of Pentacles, it's going to, you'll have a better life later. Oh, was it Justin? Well, that's odd. This is a 10 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and that 6 of Wands in reverse. So I don't know. Was it him? One card. Queen of Pentacles. I don't think it was him. I don't think it was him. I'm just saying. Just saying. So, the memoir. How is this going to go for Brit? How's this going to go for Brit? Empress. I mean, I see your question there. I'm going to come back. This is going to, we're going to see her very differently after this book. So the Empress is not always a mother. The Empress is a producer. An Empress is someone who creates, who generates things, who makes things, brings things to life. So this can be her as a musician. We're going to find out that there were many times that she wanted to put the brakes on her career. We're going to find that out in the book. She's going to tell us that there were periods where she wanted to stop and where she was depleted, and they said, no, you have to keep going. And now she's being generous with herself, and she is allowing herself to not be sugar and spice and everything nice. So that's why we're seeing all this stuff on Instagram. So Amina, we're going to have 4 piles for this. This one's Justin. This one's Daddy. This one's Mommy. This one's management. Okay. I just dropped. Sloppy shuffle. So that's Justin. This is Daddy. Pull right from the center. Daddy actually had 2 cards there. And Mommy. And management. Are we still on the screen here? Oh boy. Oh boy. That is whoo, heavy stuff, guys. Okay. So Justin, disappointed, sorry that it happened, was upset, but he kind of stepped out of the situation. I don't think that he was the one who was forcing her hand. I think he stepped out of the situation, was like, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do. I think that was kind of what happened. So it fell to Daddy, and management seemed to have the strongest impact here. Management was like, oh yeah, no worries, we can take care of it right now, we can do this right now, we can take care of it. Management facilitated it very, very quickly. Mommy was like, we have to look at the course of people that do this at a young age and in the position that you're in. Mommy seems like she was more on the fence about it. She was just kind of, I don't want to say indifferent, but she couldn't make up her mind, so she let other people make up their mind. Daddy thought that this was a good idea, and it was a better way to go for the future. Like in time you'll see that this was a good idea. We should have done this. Oh boy, this is heavy stuff, guys. It's heavy stuff. So so we're just going to look at Britney at the time, and I'm sorry, my watch is blinking. Blink, blink. Oh, this is terrible. She really didn't see any other way out of it. She really deferred to the people that were in charge of her. She listened to the people that were in charge of her. She really relied on them. She did not want to go through with it. Absolutely not. And yes, here it was very traumatic. So, oh, that's unfortunate. And there were other fears that she had. There was some foresight, like, is this going to affect, if I can have a family later? Is it going to affect, my career? Like, there was a lot that went into it. But this is, she felt that this was absolutely an evil thing that she should not have done at the time. And she just went with it. It's really unfortunate. That's really sad. Poor Britney. I feel bad for her too. Will the book be cathartic? Will she heal from this? Will she heal? The sun come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. So yes, this looks good for her. All right, so we got this 9 of Swords under the surface. She's healing. It's coming along. She's working toward brighter days. Unfortunately, she has to let out a lot of negative information to find her equilibrium. So the trick is that she can't keep posting crazy stuff, seeming like she's kind of bananas and doing all kinds of nutty stuff. She's got to balance that with the good stuff. So she needs to do like a crazy video and then do like a video of like making a grilled cheese sandwich. I don't know, like, just something that's not outrageous and dancing with knives and in your underwear, like to do something, that's the polar opposite of the zany, outrageous stuff. Like Madonna does all outrageous stuff right now. Like everything she posts on Instagram is outrageous. Her butt's out. She's got weird face, no eyebrows. Like it's totally bananas. You know, Britney needs to balance that out. She needs to like go pumpkin picking, apple picking, horseback riding. Like she needs to have those kinds of, not in a thong. Because I think she did do that in a thong, but that's kind of what she needs to do. And she needs to let this bad information out, but she needs to counter everything bad that she's going to say about her family and what happened with something that's good. So if she's going to release this excerpt from the book about, what happened with Justin, she needs to counter that with something amazing that happened. Like when she met Michael Jackson and they ate banana splits until they puked, That's not a true story. But she did not eat banana splits with Michael Jackson until she puked. But if I were ever given the opportunity, I probably would have done that. So she needs to let that guard down, let all of this information out. That is how she unburdens herself. That is how she heals. That is how she brings brighter days tomorrow. And then she can restart. I think if she comes through this publication and maintain some kind of equilibrium and balance with what she is presenting to the public, I think she's going to come through this very, very good. I think she's going to have a totally new kind of Britney Spears that we get to see. I really hope she's not going to go down the Madonna path where she just becomes outrageous for outrageous's sake. Like I would, that's one of my pet peeves. Like when I was coming up, I was a little punk rocker. My family was poor, and we eventually were not poor, but we were poor when I was younger. And so I went the punk rock route. It was easy to have, crazy vintage clothing, shave my head, it was just much easier to do that. And, there were a lot of people when my family, moved to a better town, when they, were doing better. There were people in that town that, were people of means, and they would be outrageous for outrageous sake. There's one girl, God, she lives in LA now, and she's just such a poser. Like I can't even use another word. Such a poser. But was just trying to always be outrageous for outrageous sake. And it just came off as so inauthentic, and it's really irritating. But you get to a point where, if you're Britney Spears, if you're Madonna, you have hit this pinnacle of entertainment hierarchy. And do you maintain that position, or do you mellow into, some kind of mellow cheese or wine or whiskey or whatever? You can tell where my head's at. Do you mellow into something, or do you keep going that outrageous route? I mean, I know Iggy Pop still goes with his shirt off, but he doesn't do it all day long. Like sometimes he actually has a shirt on. Alice Cooper's a great example. Alice Cooper, super outrageous, super wild shows, super crazy shows. He plays golf now. Like he plays golf some of the time, and he still tours, and he's still fantastic. So, that's the kind of mellowing that I think when you hit a certain level that you should do. So let me look at some of these comments here. Oh, there's a lot of comments. So, Amina, will her children read it? It's dedicated to them. Will they understand her better? So we got to look at two. We got two kids. So we'll do older and younger. I can't remember their names. I know one's Jaden and Preston. Jaden and Preston. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the older one is a bit more conflicted. The younger one is what do they call it? River that runs deep, underground river. So the older one is a bit, he has a bit of Britney in him. He's very tempestuous. That's the word I'm going to use. I'm not going to say buy anything on here because I'm not a doctor and I can't diagnose people, but very tempestuous in his emotions. He kind of goes up and down. So he will try and restart things, and then things get dicey, and it's almost like, do you ever have one of those friends that you meet them and they immediately are like your new best friend and they want to borrow your underwear, and like they're all up in your stuff and you're like, whoa, like chill out. Like, I just met you. I'm not moving you. I'm not letting you borrow my car, not taking you to the airport. He's one of them. So like when things are good, he jumps in like wholeheartedly. He's in the mix. And then it gets intense. And so he's like, all right, I gotta get. And then he comes back because he remembers what it was like. So ultimately, I think his issue is going to be the nostalgia issue. He misses when they were all together, when they were a family, when it was more of a family kind of atmosphere. He's going to miss that. This one, the older one, is stunted at a very, very young age emotionally, just kind of stuck there. I think he is going to have some really, really notable scarring from not having his mom around and from having a replacement mom. I think we're going to see that. So this relationship, I think, is going to be challenging, partly because of the inconsistency of his sensibilities about the relationship. I think that makes sense. Now, the little one, the younger one, I think has less nostalgia, less recall on when they were all in a family together. Now, I know they're pretty close in age, but this is a personal thing. He just doesn't look back at things like that. He doesn't cling to those things like that. It's the second one is usually a little bit clingier, in this kind of a dynamic. But in this sense, he's kind of set adrift. And this is like almost like raised by wolves. Like he just doesn't have that same connectivity with his mother that the older one does. The connectivity is gone. Just wasn't really evident there. So, reading the book, is he going to give her a pass? This second one, I don't think so. I think the recollections from their home life are going to be what he reads in this book. And I think he is not going to like it. I think there's a lot of tabloid stuff that he relies on for the recollections of family life. So I think it's going to be a bit challenging. Are we ever going to see them kind of heal up with her? I think the older one is going to go back and forth on how he feels about her post read. I think the younger one's going to be a little bit more judgmental. Yeah, like look, it's Page of Pentacles inverted, 10 of Cups upright, and then the 8 of Wands. Like it's like kind of back and forth. Like this is bad, this is good, this is mad. Let's kind of figure it out. Like let's muck around in the mud. And then the little one, 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. There's something about. Oh, there we go. So we got 9 of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Cups, and then that 3 of Swords. He just feels robbed of having a mama. He feels robbed of having a mama. I think he is going to just lean into that. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. All right, let me see. What other questions do we have on here? So get rid of that. So horseback riding with a shirt on. I'm a little lost in the comments. Britney is kind of lots of outrageous choices, and her boys are embarrassed by her. Yeah, I'm hoping she'll smarten up because I don't know, Madonna's got like diehard fans, but it's like, ew. I was a huge Madonna fan back in the day. I like was a Madonna wannabe. I even dressed up like her when I was like in 8th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. Hello, Karen. Yes, mature your art and yourself. Yes, don't act like an idiot. This latest marriage, let's see, I actually did a reading on it, and she was like doing all the right things. Like this was a good thing for her. How is she doing with the split from Sam, who always looked like a snake? But that's just my opinion. How is she doing with the split? Oh, she's doing great. Ace of Cups. 9 of Wands. She's out and about. The Lover, she's glad to not be a part of that. 10 of Pentacles. House is much happier. Queen of Wands, she's still kind of struggling with what she's doing. The 3 of Pentacles, she's getting it together. 3 of Swords, inverted, healing. She's doing good. I'm not worried about Britney. I think that this divorce is a good thing for her. I think for the first time in her life, she is going to move forward as a whole person. So what does she need to do to be the best dang Britney Spears she could be? What does she need to do? 6 of Cups. Don't look back, baby. 8 of Cups. Don't look back, baby. Temperance. That's what I just said. Make sure the equilibrium, balance things out. Make sure you're not showing your bodacious tatas all over the place. Ooh. So under the surface, we got the Grimalkin, which is about wisdom. Wisdom. She's not pooling that wisdom yet. She's not doing that yet. But she needs to. That's really what her shadow self needs, is to pool that wisdom. She's got to stop second guessing, what she knows. So, and that's kind of the thing. She's so used to everybody telling her who she is and where she needs to be and what level of Britney Spears she needs to be. This says you can find inside you the wisdom. You can find the wizard. Not witch, but wizard. So up here, the 7 of Wands. This is, this not giving quarter to others. She doesn't have to do that. She does not have to give quarter to others to live her best life. She's out of the conservatorship. She's, doing her own thing. I mean, she had that idiot fan that called for a welfare check. That was so stupid. But don't look back. Don't look back at anything in your life, whether it's with Justin or with Kevin or with Sam or with that other wacko that she had doing stuff for her as an alleged manager. Don't look back at that. Don't look back at the mistakes of others. You have to move forward with a reasoned eye. So reasoned eye is, still be outrageous when you want to be, with good measure, and be a reasonable person at the times that need to, and protect your private life. Everything does not, she needs to craft that Instagram a little bit more. She needs to, said the gal who's got a YouTube channel, and I just fly by the seat of my pants. But I'm not Britney Spears. I don't have millions of viewers. She needs to craft more carefully. She needs like a social media manager who says, this is what we're going to post today. We're going to post something outrageous. Any of these, social media, blueprints that you can get. They're like, okay, you should post 2 shorts today and do 1 long video tomorrow and do a political one on Friday, or what, they kind of lay out the blueprint for you. And that's really what she needs, is she needs someone to lay out this blueprint for her of how she's going to present social media wise. She doesn't have to do this. I know, her desire is to do what she wants to do, but the creativity comes from within that structure. Structure is everything. So that's one of the things that we learn in controlled remote viewing is structure is everything. You have to use the structure in order to develop the psychic intuition. So that I think is something that she needs, is the structure of her social media postings. She can still get her point across. She can still let everybody see her on vacation. And my hair is just getting uglier and uglier. It's getting flatter and flatter the longer we're on here. I have so much dry shampoo in it. It's not even funny. Like, my whole head is itchy. But that will be her undoing, is if she keeps opening her front door, the digital front door. She keeps opening that's going to be her undoing. And there's going to be people that create issues for her because of that. We don't want to see that. We want to see her living her best life, going about town, having fun, buying anything she wants. But I don't think this marriage breakup is going to I don't think it's going to cause a problem. Wow, this is spot on. What am I don't know what I was spot on about. But yay! And you love the cards artwork. This is the Grimalkin tarot. I think I have it I have a link in the description of this video. So Brit rode a horse topless. Listen, I got a pretty big rack. She has a pretty big rack. I'm not doing anything topless. Like, yeah, that's like the funny thing. I'm just like, I am never doing anything topless. I wear a bra to bed. They are killing me. I do think she's going to take some time to fix what's going on, but I think she needs to be really smart, and she needs to get some smart people around her. She needs a really good psychic working for her. I'm sure she has one. Oh, Preston. Oh, I was right. The one kid's name, yes, Silly Goose. She needs structure and her social media curated. Yeah, absolutely. And Preston turned 18 in September, so Kevin's checks went 20,000. Holy crow. So, all right. Will Kevin, because Kevin is not doing well. Will Kevin get the increase of maintenance or child support, as we call it here in America? Will he get the increase of maintenance? I don't know if you guys can hear this, but my dog is snoring. It's really loud. So I think they're going to give him a little something. I think the judge certainly is seeing that this is, somebody who's asking for money versus, he's got a lot of kids. Kevin has a lot of kids. So the judge knows he's asking for money because he needs it. The judgment's in reverse. It's not really, he doesn't really need it, quite frankly. He's trying to transform his life so that he can have a better existence. With the Temperance card, we have all this fish. Fish is usually money. 7 of Wands in reverse. He's trying to kind of hide things. He's going to try and present a need, but he's going to try and hide some debts, in my opinion. I think there's some debts there that he needs that support to pay off. Whether or not the debts are for the kids, that's neither here nor there. The reality is that he doesn't have an income. This is his income. So the 9 of Swords, he is really going to be pushing for that. Are we going to, this seems like it's a little bit unresolved. I think he's going to keep pushing, even if they give him a little bit. I think they're going to give him a little extra. This is about education. This is about schooling. because when that kid goes to school, if he opts to go to school, I don't know if he is going to school. It doesn't look like he wants to. It looks like he wants to do something. He probably wants to be a rapper. I'm sorry, that was kind of mean, but he probably wants to do something like that. So, what is going to happen is he's going to try and justify that his son is going to go off to school and he's going to need the additional money for that. And I think what they're going to say is the schooling is going to be paid for by Britney. I have a feeling that was in the divorce agreement, is that she would absorb any of the university costs, any schooling costs. I think that's going to be in there. So that's not going to be like, well, I need more money for college. I don't think there was any intention to split college with her. So I think that's where he's trying to kind of make some changes to the arrangements. What a shame. What a shame. He is such a snake. He's so, will he succeed? I think he's going to get the needle moved a little bit. I don't think it's going back to the 40,000 because I don't think that he's got a good enough need for it. Oh, my hair looks awesome. Oh, thank you. Okay. I didn't feel like it did. I felt like it looked kind of sad and tired, but thank you. Oh, Kevin is trying to move the family to Hawaii. So will they be able to move to Hawaii? Oh, he's such a snake. He looked like a rat. He has always looked like a rat. So is he going to move that kid to Hawaii? The way the economy is going, I don't think my kids are ever moving out. So if somebody wants to get child support until they're 26, I think that's a good idea. Judgment in reverse, 7 of Wands. No, they're not going to let that happen. I came in like a wrecking ball. Yeah, he really wants to go there. Kevin really wants to go there because who doesn't want to live in Hawaii on someone else's dime? I do. The reason that he wants to move there is because he's just wants to be on a permanent vacation. Doesn't he live in the valley right now or something crazy like that? I don't think he could afford to live in Hawaii. Even on the monies that he has, I don't think he can afford to live there. It's just not going to be. And he's got a bunch of kids. He's got like a lot of kids. I don't know how. I think he has 5. I think he has 5. Might have 6. But this somebody's gonna, he'll have that come to Jesus moment, and it'll be like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. He's not moving to Hawaii. He ain't no Sammy Hagar. He can't drive 55. Me either. These double D's. Yeah, double D crew. Yeah, not riding anything without a bra on. Yeah, it's really atrocious. It's really terrible. Well, let's see. What will Kevin do when his kids don't have child support anymore? What will he do? This jumped out. 8 of Swords. He's going to be locked up. He's going to be stuck. Let's see what he's going to do. This turned out to be Britney night, guys. Hi, Aries Rainbow Child. How are you, dear? I came in like a wreck. Oh my God. I can't believe it came up. So once he doesn't have child support, all of the secrets are going to come out and it's going to come for him fast. Oh, this got hot. How you feeling? Hot. So this is going to get hot and heavy for him. So he is going to be really stuck after the child support stops, whenever that may be. So what'll happen is there's going to be he's going to be working with a lot of people because a lot of people are going to be coming after him for comeuppance. It is going to come crashing down. He's got to clear up all of his debts and all of his money problems now before the money runs out, because the money is going to run out and he is going to be hit in the face with a frying pan. There's a lot more money that he owes that he doesn't even know about. So I don't know if there's taxes or some, federal taxes that he owes or anything like that. Debts on cars. The rug is absolutely going to get pulled out from under him all of a sudden. And then if they audit anything, they're going to find out that all that child support was not spent on the kids. Reality, if you're getting $40,000 a month, you are not spending $40,000 a month on a kid. Let's all talk to, what was his name? The one who just got divorced. Kevin Costner. Let's all talk to Kevin Costner, the other guy. Kevin Costner, his ex was getting like 140, 120 a month, and she wanted it to go up to 160, and they turned around and cut it back to $60,000 a month or something like that. But there was a comedian who was like, what do these kids eat? Gold bricks? So they're going to find out that he really, really squandered that money, and it really was not used in an appropriate fashion. It was used to support his family and his wife and everybody like that. So that's really, really a shame. That's really terrible. Under the surface, he's going to have some lawyers working on that. So I don't think we'll see the end of Kevin Federline. I think he thinks that the coffers over at Casa Britney are still very, very full. I don't know if they are. I don't know what her finances are, but he is going to try and dip back into that. So there's going to be something like, oh, I got a bad deal when we got divorced. He's going to be blah, blah, blah. That cup of tea is cold, but it's still delicious. So, that's a shame. Poor Kevin Federline. He came in like a wrecking ball. Cost of living will be used to justify. Yeah, those cost of living increases are not very much. I'm speaking from personal experience. The cutoff age for child support in Hawaii is 25 or 26. They already moved to Hawaii? Wow. She has a job at a university for volleyball. I didn't know they had. Wow. Oh, Ruby Frank. Yeah, we can jump off this. All right. Let me switch decks though, because this one's all Britney'd up. We'll give that a minute with some selenite. So I know nothing about this Ruby Frank thing, except she was like some kind of YouTube. I don't know if it's Frank or Frankie. She was some kind of social media YouTuber, and she had kids and foster kids. I don't know. And apparently was not mothering them very well. So let's see what is going to happen to her. Let's see. Was it true? Was it true? Is she as bad as they're saying in the media? Was she a not so good mommy? Yes, she was not. Oh boy. Yeah, I think we're going to find out some stuff. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a not so great mom spread. So we've got Three of Wands, Queen of Cups in reverse, emotionally unstable, trying to put together. So this is like the mom that capitalizes, and you see this all the time, moms that are trying to get back in shape. So they start doing like the whole beach body thing. They start selling beach body and like, oh, I can help you get, skinny again. They sell it to all their friends, in the situation. So this was trying to capitalize off the existing situation that she had. She was a mom, she had a bunch of kids, try to capitalize on that and do a YouTube channel, or whatever it was, social media production. So the problem is that she's emotionally unstable, and under the surface, she's not a great mother to begin with. So there's some people that start out as great mothers and then they get overwhelmed and they just can't perform, or sometimes moms will not have a cooperative partner, or they split up and they go hog wild. I mean, that was one of the things, like when I split up with my kid's dad, I was very fortunate. My dad was like, I will help you out with all your expenses, just get back to work and get going. And that was huge. That was an incredibly generous, amazing offer that my father gave me, and I took to it. Other friends that I had that would split up, they would go hog wild for a little while. They were positioned a little bit differently than I was, but they would go hog wild and they'd be out at night. And like that was something like I wasn't doing. I wasn't like going out and like partying with my friends and like getting crazy. Like I just wasn't doing that. I was busy working and trying to get back into the force. So this is kind of a situation where she just wasn't. There's a certain level of selfishness here that I'm getting intuitively, that is like, the me first kind of thing. Well, I'm a mother, but I'm a woman first, like that kind of a thing. The idea of being this excellent mother and promoting that was a character that she adopted so that she could try and be successful with this endeavor. She also, there wasn't much success in other avenues that she was involved in. So we've got the Page of Swords in reverse, and we've got this Queen of Wands in reverse. So it's not to say that she doesn't have a lot of good ideas, but she doesn't have a lot of backup for it. So like, I don't know what her education history was, but this was like, there wasn't enough education, there wasn't enough info and data put into her head for her to be successful. Now, everyone is going to run from her on this one. So I think what we're going to see is we're going to see a lot of tales told about her. I think that's the big thing that we're going to see here. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of tales told on her, and I don't know, this isn't to say that, she's not a not so great person, but I think we're gonna see a lot of people jumping on this bandwagon, telling tales that maybe aren't true. So it's gonna be really hard to pick and choose what's accurate and what's not accurate in terms of the nasty stories that we're gonna hear about her. So take those with a grain of salt. Like if you start hearing some of the stories, I think we're going to get you have to be very discerning in what we believe, what's going to be promoted out there. So if people are doing like interviews, like hard copy, oh my God, am I showing my age now? Hard copy. I think we're going to hear a lot of different stories coming out, and like people are going to be telling outrageous stories just for the sake of being outrageous. Oh, okay. He's in debt and being sued. See, I don't even know that about Kevin Federline. What a nitwit. He's being sued. So, all right. So I'm going to go back to Britney for a second. Is Kevin going to be, well, is Kevin going to stay in Hawaii? Let's look at it that way. Are they going to stay there? God, what does he do all day long? Just like drive around and like smoke pot? Like, is that what he does? Oh, the tax man cometh. Yeah, he's really bereft here. Bereft of money. So the Five of Pentacles here, like this is a lot of squandering, regret for how he did spend that money. Knight of Wands, he's trying to figure out ways to bring more revenue. He's like sitting down with like a notebook and like, oh, I could do this. I could do this. Like if he doesn't write a tell-all or like float that he's going to write a tell-all about his life with Britney, I would be shocked. If he has an NDA as part of the divorce, that would make a lot of sense. But I think that's something he would want to do. This Eight of Swords could either be him tangled up in financial issues. The Fool in reverse is he's just really thinking of stupid ideas. He's trying to. There's a little blackmailing feel here. So like that might be one of the things he does is he says, well, I will not, float these stories. I will not let anyone know about how terrible it was to be married to Britney and not have to do anything all day long while I smoked pot by the pool. Oh, did I say that? I said the quiet part out loud. I did. I said the quiet part out loud. So, he may blackmail a little bit. And I think that's really going to be stupid. That's probably where they're going to tie him down and tell him that you're not allowed to do that. They may throw him a little bone just to shut him up, but the tax man cometh. This is the tax man, the people that he owes money to. They're coming and they're not happy. The Six of Cups is part of this little blackmail thing. Well, I won't say I loved my life with her. I was a good husband. She was, I thought she was wonderful, but she was batshit. I said bat H, bat S. Crazy, like that's how he's going to play this. He's going to say, if only you had your act together. I don't think that they talk a great deal. I think all of their conversations are through lawyers, but I think the messaging, like, I really wanted to be with her. She was my forever love. And, like, he's not going to let his wife hear that, but, he's going to say, I would still be there if she wasn't such a wackadoo. I think that's what his story is going to be. What an irk J. Never liked him. I don't think he's smart enough to see it that way. Yeah, probably not. You could do that. I think in most states. I think that you can extend it until college is done. Oh, she was Mormon. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. So the next time I yell at my kid, you guys don't report me. My kids will probably report it. 6 kids treated badly. Oh. All right. So, wait. So wait a minute. Okay. Will Ruby turn on Jody? Is that what I got? Okay. Will Ruby turn on Jody? Let's see what we got. Three of Pentacles, Four of Cups, in reverse, Ace of Swords. Yeah. So what's going to happen? A Hermit, we're going to stand apart. 9 of Cups. She's going to say, so this is like a fall on the sword moment. So what she's going to say is, I suspected something was happening and I should have reported it. And if I'm a bad mother, that's why I'm a bad mother. Like that's going to be her whole thing. It is, I should have gone with my instincts. I should have gone with what I saw. Under the surface, she doesn't think that it's going to work. Shadow self, she doesn't think that's going to work. There is going to initially they're going to try and like mediate the culpability. So I think between the defense attorneys, they're going to try. Not that it works that way, but I think there's going to be some moves to kind of mediate, I'm doing it in quotations, mediate culpability here so that they kind of spread it all around, and not everybody gets in as much trouble as they would if they didn't spread it around and try and help out. But ultimately this is not going to work. It's not going to work at all. They're not going to be able to get on the same page. So what about Jody? What is Jody going to do? Jody is running like hell in the other direction and doesn't care. She is gonna light the match and burn the bridge behind her. Jody doesn't care because I think there's more evidence on Jody anyway. Eight of Cups, Tower. She can't escape it. There's too much evidence getting Jody in trouble, so she's not going to negotiate or save anybody's skin on this. She's not going to help out. So I know nothing about this case, so I have no idea if I'm onto something. The husband is a Kevin too. Wait, wait, really? Hello, wifey. Wait, okay, so all right, so is Jody the husband? Or I'm very confused. I don't know who any of these people are. Oh, thanks, Karen. Karen was in and out. Kevin sold paparazzi photos of him and his wife on the beach. Well, she is a volleyball instructor, so she didn't care about those kids until she got caught. Oh, I can't read that. Yeah, that's terrible. Another Kevin. What is it? This is like the Kevin night. We got Kevins all over the place. Let's look at Kevin Frank or Frankie. What about Kevin? What did Kevin know? Throwing cards all over the place. Oof. Oh, Kevin wasn't in charge of anything in that house. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, all right, Kevin, in my opinion, this is my own personal opinion. Okay, Kevin knew he didn't have a spine. So I am gonna say wife of a grumpy old Marine. Yes, affirmative. We've got King of Pentacles here in reverse. We've got the Emperor in reverse. We've got the Magician in reverse. These three are captains of whatever they're in charge of when they're upright. So when they're in reverse they're all jacked up. They don't have their ducks in a row. They don't have any decision-making ability. This one doesn't have his ducks in a row. This one can't make a decision. And this one over here is not in a seat of power at all. The power dynamic is all jacked up here. So he was not here. So here he is upset, not necessarily because he wasn't there for the kids, but because he wasn't there as a man. The Four of Cups, he's like, ooh, how are we going to get out of this now? And the Three of Pentacles is he's running like hell away from the two of them, from the Jody and the Ruby. So the Jody and the Ruby. So he is running like hell from them. Seven of Swords, we're going to find out more about him, about his lack of involvement as a parent. That we're going to find out how it was a contributing factor. So who does that? Who sends their kids away? I want to build houses in the back of my property so my kids can stay here forever and ever with their families. I want a compound. I love my kids. My kids are a hoot. Granted, they were labor intensive when they were little, but you don't send them away. So let's see how these kids are going to do. I don't even know. What did I read before? Let's see. Did Ruby and Jody have a thing? Jody was a couple therapist mandated by the bishop when the couple had issues. She had a thing for picking couple to break up and then take money. So, ooh, what a wicked web we weave. All right, so let's do this. What were Jody's intentions when she was assigned to this couple? What were her intentions? Page of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. There's our breakup. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. So, okay. So Page of Cups in the center. She presented as someone who wanted to help. This is somebody who wants to help. But you know what her help was? Her help was belaboring all the negativity that the couple had. So this is somebody who would constantly go, I know you're doing better, but remember when he left those dishes out and you were so angry about it? Remember that time? Remember when he didn't come home that one night and he said he had a flat tire and stayed at a Holiday Inn? I still don't believe it. I can't believe you do. This is somebody who like sticks their fingers into the wound. Okay. So, and she will not let somebody forget that. The 5 of Wands, she was assigned to get into this situation. Under the surface, 10 of Pentacles, she wanted this situation to break up. She did. She was like, we're done. We're done with this. The Knight of Pentacles up here, this is, she had money on her money and mind on her money and her money on her mind. And here was trying to get the payout. So yeah, I do think that she was certainly being paid by someone to do this. So did she have a thing for Ruby? Did they have a thing? Was there a thing? Now I got to find out more about this story. Now this is a rabbit hole that I'm going to go down. This is like Moms and Kevin night. So I don't know if she was trying to create a relationship. She certainly was trying to create a situation for herself. So and I even think that this was like a living situation. Like I don't know if she was moved into the house, but I think she wife, you like to go down rabbit holes too. I know. Trust me, like some nights I'm up, like, I wake up in the middle of the night and I like get on my phone. I'm like, oh, there's an article. And like I go down these rabbit holes that are crazy. So I think she was looking to get into a situation like God, there was a movie. What was it? Down and Out in Beverly Hills, like when Nick Nolte like fell in the pool, and I don't know. I think Barbara Streisand, or not Barbara Streisand. Bette Midler was like the mom in the house, and I think they had a therapist living in like their guest room, and like he like walks out, and he's like, "Oh, what's going on?" I think it was that kind of a situation. Like she wanted to like kind of move in on a family, and like that would be ideal. Like I'll just be like a permanent therapist in everyone's house, like Mary Poppins. Okay, Amina, I'm seeing that. Okay, hang on. So like here, we'll put this up. So, sorry, it's blocking a little bit. So, I think her plan was to kind of get in there and kind of be like a permanent house guest in that kind of a situation. So, was there an issue with not being able to control oneself around titillating things? Oh, and I on the other screen I have a news feed, and I got a pretty picture of Johnny Depp. Oh, and you know what? Hang on. I just saw. 11 hours ago, we had some kind of ominous threat. So did Kevin Franke or Frank, I don't know how to say it, have an issue? Did he have an issue? Ten of Wands, whatever he had, it was a bit much. Yeah, I think he did. I think he had, yeah. Oh, there's a lot of wands here. So let me move that one over there and move that one over there. And then we'll move this one down here. This is a little easier for you guys to see. So I think when we have wands are very sex-ual kind of energy. So we've got the 10 of Wands here, which may be an excess of that kind of activity. And we have the King of Wands, which is poor judgment with that kind of activity. Ace of Wands here, where it was kind of an ever-present thing, just kind of all over the place, constantly in your face kind of energy, if you will. And then the Six of Wands, which is kind of spreading it all over the place, able to make that happen. The Moon, it was hidden. And then the King of Swords in reverse, a lot of lying on top of it. Underneath the surface is the Queen of Wands not being able to control it. We're not able to control it here or control it here. So yeah, I think we might have had an issue like that. Was Jody helping at all? Did she help at all? Why was he not there? Like, no, Jody was not really helping at all. She was kind of out of her wheelhouse on this one. I don't think she was really equipped to deal with this guy. Yeah, she was not equipped to deal with this guy. She was out of her wheelhouse. They needed somebody better. So this makes me wonder. Let's see what was the deal with Ruby. What was the deal with Ruby in this respect, her relationship with her husband? Whew, these cards are on fire. So Ruby had her head in the sand for a long time and then wanted to split up. So that was where that was going. She just kind of, at first, like, it's really fun when you have a guy who's like, ooh, yippee. But then it gets not fun and it gets to be heavy and too much. And so you go, listen, I got to get out of this because it's not working for me. And this is not good for our family, but you're in too deep and you're stuck either by the powers that be or by the circumstances that are. So up here, 5 of Cups, as unhappy as she was with the situation, she could not exit from it. And here is the desire to exit, but the inability to do so. So here, ooh, M. I don't even know if I want to go there. M. Is it related to? I'm not initially getting that sense. I think, hi, sweetie pie.
So,
We're talking about Ruby, Frank.
Who?
She was a YouTuber who allegedly abused her kids, and her followers reported her to CPS.
Can you not say that on what you're on? What platform are you on?
I'm on YouTube and Facebook. I can't say it on any of them.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Twitter. We're on Twitter too.
Oh, you can say it on there.
But it's going to go on all three. But you'll get. I'm nice to you, aren't I?
I didn't even say anything.
You got to see his face. So, do you want to come on camera?
Sure.
Oh, you could do that. Oh, look here. This is my baby. No, the camera's here.
What? Where? Oh.
That's my baby. Come here, my baby boy. Oh, ow. Oh, my glasses.
What?
My glasses. No one's ever seen you. This is Angus. So, serious musician here. What are you drinking? What is that?
What? Fairlife.
Fairlife. Okay. All right.
Fairlife. Please sponsor my mom.
We're
Like if we could get like a free case, that'd be awesome.
That's what you want, a free case?
I'd love a free case of Fairlife.
What? Fairlife. For you living your fair life.
Oh my god.
For your skinny teenager who needs more protein because he's skinny and he wants to get built up. Wants to get bigger lats. My crazy son. So, all right, I'm gonna stay off there. So allegedly, Jody was using Ruby for her online influence. They opened a YouTube that dabbled in weird MLM. He was told to move out. He was told to move out, or she was going to divorce him. Isn't that kind of the same thing? So very strange. Very, very strange. So you know what? He's a good kid. Yeah. B-Bear, Costco. He loves the fair life. He loves it. So that's all right. This kid's on the go all the time. So, I got to give him what I can give him. He's a good kid, though. He's a really good boy. So, guys, this was like the Kevin extravaganza today. So I am going to call it a night. I may have a glass of wine. Here, I'll let you see what I do with the only way is Fairlife. With the wand, we dump it out. Like dumping it out. Dump all the energy out. And put that right into the ground, and I give it a couple of wipes. And then it goes right up here on the little monkey. Yeah, it's a pen holder, but he holds my wand. Love that little monkey. So I hope everybody had fun tonight. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Nobody got readings, so we just read on celebrities tonight. So this is fun. This is always fun. So keep an eye out for more content. I'm going to do some more production videos tomorrow, but I had a whole bunch of stuff in the hopper. I think I may do a Sunday brunch this week. I just have to see how exhausted I am after we have a crazy weekend. So we've got another big band show, and my daughter's doing haunted theater, so it's crazy. Well, I'll put pictures up in my my community page when she's in full costume. But so this was fun. But everybody, thank you so much for being here. Oh yeah, I can do that. I can pull out 20-minute segments. So I'll go back through it and see if I can pull out some 20-minute segments, or I might do some more. Who knows? I don't know. Tomorrow I have all morning to do videos tomorrow. So I got to get myself on the treadmill and lift some weights because my arms are getting soggy, and that's what's going on. All right. So I am psychically burnt. I had a 2-hour reading before we got on this. I am absolutely burnt out. I will see everybody later. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great night.